All right, good morning, everyone. It's Ashley from Yoga for That. This morning's class, we're going to do more of a Yang Yin class. So, this is something I used to teach on Saturdays. It's going to be a shorter version, about 30 minutes or so. Probably be 3 to 5 poses standing. Then we're going to come down to the floor and kind of hang out there. So if you have any music that you want to put on, please do. Hi, welcome. I'm been listening to some of the recordings I've been doing, and the audio is not that great. It's fine when I'm really close to my phone. My headphones are supposed to have mics in them, but they don't. Well, it probably does, but for some reason it's not working very well. So I've hooked up my computer. I'm going to record the audio, and then when I repost the video on my website, I'm going to hopefully have that better audio on it. So if you're rewatching from my website or from YouTube, hopefully it'll sound a little bit better. I haven't posted the last video. I've been still tweaking with the audio on that one. So yeah, if you have some music, please feel free to play it. Eventually, hopefully I'll figure out how to play music on my end and still be able to hear me clearly. But yeah, for now, if you have any of your own music, please do. I'm going to throw some lights on. I'm going to hit record. So get comfy on your mats. If you want to grab some blocks, bolsters, anything else you need, just feel free to do that. And I'll be with you in 2 seconds. So good morning, and take a nice comfy seat. We'll take a moment to get grounded. So whether that's sitting cross-legged, you can sit on a block of bolster. You're more than welcome to lay on your back if you prefer. Allow your hands to rest. That might look like in your lap. That might look like on your heart. That might look like resting beside you. If your palms naturally face up, it usually means you're wanting to invite in some energy. If your palms naturally flip down, it generally means the body's looking for some grounding. So just allow your hands to fall the way they want to fall. And then begin to deepen your breath. And begin to feel the ground solid underneath you. Notice your chest lifting a little prouder. And as you exhale, allow your shoulders to relax. So that might just be letting the energy go in your neck, or you might actively draw the shoulders away from your ears. Begin to notice your core. So as you inhale, you might draw your belly just a little bit in. Start to activate the core muscles. And as you exhale, allow your belly to release. This week's focus has been on achievement, and whatever achievement means to you. The definition of achievement is one thing done successfully. So perhaps today you choose one thing that you will do, and it might be this. It might be anything else on your to-do list, the smallest thing. Start with the small and lead into the big. Take one more big breath in and let it go. Draw the chin down towards the chest. You might bring some circles into your wrists, and then maybe just gently roll ear to shoulder, chin to chest, and other ear to other shoulder. Just allowing some energy to move through the neck. So especially this early in the morning, I mean, I know some of you wake up a lot earlier than this, but it's always nice to just kind of move that energy of the body around. I think that's why we stretch so big in the morning. I feel taller in the morning, I think, too, sometimes, depending how much you sleep. Just relax chin to chest, flutter your eyes open, and then bring the gaze forward. We'll start off this morning in plank. So there's lots of different versions for plank. Kind of the more traditional ones. I'm going to take my socks off. I don't know why I still have them on. You think I would know after years of yoga. All right. So from here, your more traditional plank is hands to floor, knees up. The weight is shifted slightly forward to bring more energy into your hands. Always option knees to earth and or forearms to floor. Okay, so choose your option of plank. I'm going to hang it on my knees this morning. You're going to draw your low belly in. You're going to press the earth away from you. And then again, the shoulders shift slightly forward. So you want to feel the energy through your entire body. Okay? So if you have your palms on the floor, grip your fingertips into the earth and then draw your low belly in. Find your breath and you'll begin to feel this heat, this fire, this power begin to build, and wherever you feel it build is where you need it. So I feel a lot of mine in my shoulders and in between my shoulder blades. So breathe into your fire, stoke the fire with your breath. About 5 more rounds of breath here. If you need to come out, reset, relax, please do. And begin to notice that edge of I could stay, but I don't want to, and the edge of I need to come out. So today we want to play at that edge of I need to come out rather than I would prefer to come out. Is your breath still long and strong? One more big breath in. And let it go. If your knees were up, bring them to the earth. Take your knees nice and wide. We'll stretch that out, child's pose. So just here for a moment or two. Hands can rest where they're comfortable. So you might have them out in front like I do. They might rest beside you. Nice, one more big breath in. And let it go. Shifting back forward, make your way into downward dog. So the hips lift up. And you might just play here with pedaling the feet. So this helps to stretch out through the calves, through the hamstrings. It's also probably the first time you've been upside down today, or maybe even in a while. So feel free to notice how that feels. Alright, come to pause. Keep your knees soft. Press the earth away from you. Allow your head to fall heavy. Gaze is in between your ankles. Low belly keeps drawing in strong, but not hard. And then think of growing long to the sides of your body. So you might spin your elbows and biceps forward, allowing yourself to press firmly into the earth. Finding a deeper stretch and work into your upper back. This gets to be too much at any time. Knees always can come down. You can either take some cat-cows, child's pose with hands in reverse prayer, still getting that same sensation into the shoulder blades. If you feel dizzy hanging out upside down, not a problem. Come on down, shake it out. So again, playing with that edge of I want to come out of this foundation and I need to come out of this foundation. And need is an interesting word because it can mean physically, mentally, spiritually. Some poses I actually get quite anxious in, so my need comes from that, not from physical strength. One more big breath in. Exhale, side out. Beautiful. So bend into your knees. We're going to walk towards the middle or the front of the mat, whatever makes sense for your body. I'm going to take a halfway lift just to help reset the spine and then release. Hands can rest to earth, hands can rest opposite elbows, whatever you need. You might gently rock side to side. You might begin to notice, for me, my hamstrings have been quite tight all week, so this feels really good, just helping to kind of bring some breath into that space. You might shift forward and back on your toes and your heels. Allow your neck to relax. One more breath. As you exhale, release your hands. Take a halfway lift. Reset the spine. Nice. And release. Beautiful. So your feet can stay hip distance apart as they are, or you might walk your toes together. But you want a sliver of space in between your heels. So from here, we're going to bring some energy into our heels. Lift your toes off the floor. You're going to sit your bottom down. Hands can come to heart, or hands can lift up. So we're going to hang out in chair, enough time to kind of build this heat and fire into the quads. So at any time, if that gets to be too much, you can fold forward, or you can stand all the way up. Totally your choice. So again, you want your weight in your heels. Toes can lift, but then place them back down, but the weight stays in your heels. Okay, chest lifts. So if you find yourself hunched forward, lift out of the knees so you can lift the chest back up. Okay. So it's not the depth of the pose today, it's the length of time we're staying here. Okay. So you're going to build some heat and fire into your outer hips, into the glutes, into the core, so the low belly stays drawn in, chest stays lifted, shoulders draw down the back. Again, hands to prayer. You want that little bit extra, arms can come up. I find that brings a little bit too much work in my low back, so I like to hang out here. And then once you feel that heat starting to build, again, breathe into that space. So what does that sensation feel like to you? Does it feel like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here? Or does it maybe feel like, that's new, that's interesting? No right or wrong answer. 5 more rounds of breath here. And in the future, if you have a block, you can also place that in between your inner thighs. That kind of helps to find that sensation of the squeeze of your inner thighs. So always feel free to play with your poses. You can sink just a little bit deeper. I know my thighs are on fire, yours are too. Nice, one more big breath in. Exhale, inhale to rise, gentle back bend. Nice, you might reach to one side and the other side. Nice. It's amazing how that pose can get your heart going as well. Just all that heat and fire. All right, so we're going to take a straddle pose on our mat. All right, and we're going to point our left toes towards the side wall. We're prepping for warrior 2. Okay, so if you need to take a wider stance, please do. And then you're going to bend into your front knee. So we're working towards the front knee stacked over top of the ankle. It can go a little bit past, just try not to go past the toes. All right. You want to think of hugging your right glute underneath. So there's this stretch through the hip flexor. Okay, knee stays pressing out to the side. So if you need to turn the back toes in slightly like I do, please do that. Arms can come out, up, or hands to prayer. All right, so allow yourself to settle. And then you want to think of hugging your inner thighs towards one another. If you need to, so again, if you have that I need to come out, straighten the front leg, right? But if you have that That's different. Maybe you sink just a little bit deeper. And then reach your energy through your fingertips, gazing over your front middle finger. And you can play with your hands here. So sometimes I like taking my right hand to my low back, left hand behind the head, lifting up through the sides body, and then resting my weight of my head into my hand. Okay? So feel free to play. The work here is in the low legs. So whatever happens in your upper body is totally up to you. Sink a little bit deeper. 3 more rounds of breath. Press equally through both feet. So you might find you've shifted slightly forward or slightly back. Big breath in. Exhale. Nice, straighten the front leg. That should feel really good. Then point those toes forward, and you might just gently bend into your knees and shape it out. We're going to do that on the second side. Alright, I hope you guys are feeling fiery like me. Alright, right toes point towards the side wall. I almost said fireplace, but maybe your guys' fireplace isn't in the same place. Alright, back toes turn in slightly. Arms can come out. So again, we want the arms in level with the shoulders. So not up, but a little bit down. And then bend into your front knee. Nice. So again, take a minute, settle into this space. Right, left cheek kind of shifts underneath, chest lifts, arms reach long. Choose your arm variation of your choice. And then calm your breath. Nice. Draw your low belly in and up a little bit. Feel the earth securely under your feet, so you might even grip your toes into the earth. Think of hugging your inner thighs towards one another. Relax your shoulders from your ears. And then maybe you play with sinking a little bit deeper. 3 more rounds of breath. One more big breath in. And let it go. Straighten the front leg. Again, toes point back forward. Just take a moment here to maybe shift it side to side. That should feel really good in the inner thighs. You can stay for a breath if you need it. We'll make our way down to the floor as gracefully as you can on a Thursday morning. Alright, so you're going to start in cat-cow. We'll take a different entry into pigeon today. So if you have entry from downward dog, please feel free to take that option. If not, you're going to take your left knee to your left wrist and then walk your right leg back. Okay. And your left shin is on a bit of an angle. If you're working parallel to the front mat, go for it. The heel of your left leg is about at your right hip flexor. And you can stay upright or feel free to fold forward. You might stack your fists. Head can be on the earth. You can add on or take away as you want. So if pigeon doesn't work very well for you, you can shift over and then draw your left knee to parallel, so more of a 4 shape, and lean forward. It takes a little pressure out of the low back, or you can come onto your back for a pretzel. So be here for about another minute or so. Take one more big breath in. And let it go. Beautiful. Bring your palms back to the earth. You draw your right knee back in. We'll make your way into tabletop. You're going to lift your left knee and take some hip circles. And switch directions. Knees come to pause. We'll take the other side. So right knee to right wrist. And you walk your left leg all the way back. Right heel to about your left hip flexor. Again, you can stay up or fold forward. Again, feel free to fidget, feel free to play here. If you need to kind of maneuver your body into a different shape, your body will tell you where you want to be or where it wants to be. Always feel free to listen. I can't see you, so don't worry about the pose being wrong. Go with what feels right. If something feels off, then feel free to shift, move, change. Support yourself with props, so blocks, bolsters, blankets. About one more minute. One more big breath in, and let it go. Coming back to flat palms, make your way into your tabletop shape. And then right knee lifts, take some hip circles. We'll prepare for our final pose. So you might take child's pose today. You might take traditional shavasana on your back, reclined butterfly, anything you'd like. Whatever is comfy, grab your props. So take a shape that your body is kind of drawn to taking. So without thinking about it, just begin to move a little bit. So whether you're making your way into some variation of child's pose or some shape on your back, just allow yourself to settle. And then shift and maneuver until as much of you can touch the earth as possible. So if you're on your back, you're drawing the shoulders underneath you, so your tips of your shoulder blades can touch the floor. And hands can rest beside you. I really like having mine above my head. I don't know why, it's like I'm on a roller coaster. Hands to heart, hands to belly. And begin to soften the breath. You might allow your mouth to fall open slightly, relaxing the jaw. next breath in, just begin to deepen the breath. Allow your belly to rise as you inhale and completely deflate as you exhale. Inviting movement into your fingers and your toes. Some wiggles into your toes. If your knees are wide like mine, take the hands to the outsides of your thighs, draw the knees together. If you're in child's pose, you can gently press yourself up or stay, your choice. You may take a nice big stretch. So when you're ready, roll yourself over to one side and then gently press yourself to sit. And take a nice tall seat. Eyes open or eyes closed. And drop the chin down towards the chest. So again, reiterating just this idea of achievement being one thing. Doesn't matter the size, doesn't matter the magnitude, but starting with one small achievable thing to kind of propel us forward into whatever the rest of our day looks like. So if today it's that one thing, it's checked off, you've done your yoga practice for today, maybe that's it, that anything else that happens today is a bonus, or maybe you're going to relax for the rest of the day. Or maybe by starting this one small achievable thing, you're propelled forward into some momentum of ticking off more of your items for the rest of the day. So achievement can look different day to day, moment to moment, person to person, month to month. Allow it to ebb and to flow just like the rest of your life. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Nice, hands come to prayer, bow the head down towards the hands, and may the light in me find the light in you. Namaste. Amazing, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Again, I'll figure out the audio at some point. I have been looking into new mics, but they're only good on the newer phone, so it'll be a bit of an investment, but I've recorded it, so hopefully when I repost the video on my website it'll sound a bit better. Have an awesome rest of your day. If you have questions, comments, anything like that, please feel free to comment here or DM me. I'll be happy to chat with you at any time. Have an awesome day. We'll see you next Thursday, 7 a.m. Have a good one. Bye, guys.